Jack Harkness. He can't die and he's a hot mess. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Who Is My Doctor?
Who is my doctor?
Who is indeed. I'm your host, Zach, and I know a lot about Doctor Who.
And I'm also your host, Cassie. And we're not talking about Doctor Who.
We're not. We're talking about an anagram for Doctor Who today.
Wait. Fuck, you're right.
Yeah, Torchwood is an anagram of Doctor Who. So today we were watching the pilot episode of the spinoff series Torchwood. It's called Everything Changes. The name Torchwood was the production name to like keep people from knowing that Doctor Who was being made before they were ready to reveal the show. And Russell T Davies liked the name Torchwood so much that he then put it in the show and then made it a spin-off show.
It's a cool name.
Yeah, we're going all the way back to 2006.
Whoa, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah, almost exactly 20 years ago. This episode came out in October of 2006.
Woo.
Yeah, so we are going back to the Russell T Davies era during David Tennant's run of the show. This was a spin-off show designed for one Captain Jack Harkness. I say designed. I know my understanding is that Russell basically wrote this show as like its own thing. It didn't get picked up, and then he only got put in charge of Doctor Who. He's like, hey, can I do my show that I wanted to make? Now, but if it's a Doctor Who spinoff, it'll be more entertaining. Like it'll be more likely to get picked up. Yeah, and the BBC went, sure, why not? This is Torchwood. It was
the episode that we're watching is
the first episode
before the network picked it up.
No, this is the first episode that went to air.
Okay.
To my knowledge, like the other show didn't even go to like pilot. Like he just pitched it.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
So, no, this is the actual first episode of Torchwood. It's called Everything Changes. Torchwood was devised as a Doctor Who spinoff for grown-ups. Like this came on
mature.
I believe it came on like after 9 p.m. Like it was a show that was meant to be watched by adults. Which is probably why Captain Jack Harkness is such a horny character, because they're like, oh, we can put him in the grown-up show where it's okay for him to imply he fucks everything that moves.
Titties.
If you remember, we did have some moments Torchwood showed up in the series itself.
Yeah.
Torchwood for a weird time felt like it was taking over the place of Unit until they decided to bring back in Unit during the
after they did the reveal of Captain Jack Harkness is
the face of Bo.
I don't like admitting it and saying it out loud.
Well, if you'll remember, Torchwood did have a few times where it popped up. It first showed up with Queen Victoria said that she wanted to establish the Torchwood Institute to study aliens and combat aliens coming to Earth. After she had fought a werewolf. There was also the
forgettable episode.
Yeah, the Prime Minister during David Tennant's, I think, first episode is like the aliens from the Sycorax are like flying away, and the Prime Minister calls up Torchwood and has them fire a giant laser into space to blow them up.
Sure.
So Torchwood had a couple of appearances throughout the run as this sort of like quasi-government agency.
Like if Unit is the government agency, Torchwood feels almost like the like the privateer version of Unit.
Unit was supposed to be part of the United Nations. Like it was literally the United Nations Intelligence Task Force. Torchwood seems like it was just property of the British government. This is where we keep our alien nuclear weapons.
Let me make a space pirate analogy. God damn it.
With all the knowledge that you have about Torchwood, knowing that it came out in 2006, knowing that it stars Captain Jack Harkness, knowing that it's for adults, what do you think the show Torchwood could be about?
Titties.
Captain Jack Harkness just showing titties for an hour.
Tits and dicks.
I don't think it was on
Here's
that
the
late.
thing is the adult shows in 2006 are so very different than adult shows now.
Yeah.
Minus the fact that there is that 20-year difference between now and then. Because I recently rewatched Friends. There's sort of an interesting phenomenon where when the show starts, it's the late 90s and everybody in the show is in their early 20s. So by the time that we get to the 2000s, everybody does have more quote unquote modern tech and more modern like appliances, and we're texting, and there are fewer people that are trying to get in contact with one another via a payphone or a pager. That being said, it's very interesting to be an adult now, looking back in this like time capsule of this is adulthood in the early 2000s. So if that logic then gets picked up and put into Torchwood, where what was Friends doing in 2006? How were they making plans to hang out and socialize and see one another in Sex and the City and Will and Grace, like those types of shows? But this is a sci-fi version of that. That's that. If I don't know if I'm making sense.
I feel like you're walking your way to what you're trying to say.
I'm a little rambling man right now. But my point is, I don't know that I know what a sci-fi like show for adults would be, because every single sci-fi show that I have seen is one tailored towards family audiences, with the exception of something like Rick and Morty. But that is because as we've been watching this most recent season of Rick and Morty, I've been finding a lot of parallels between it and Doctor Who, which is
there's definitely Doctor Who fans on that writing staff.
A new thing, just in the sense that we've had the conversation of there are certain episodes that you can only do in.
There are certain shows where they're the only shows that can tell that story.
Yes.
Because in any other context, it would be like you'd have to twist it so much that it's a different thing by the end of it.
So similarly, I feel like Torchwood wanted to do that, or is wanting to, since we're just watching the pilot.
I mean, it lasted for a few seasons, so it was successful in what it tried to do.
But have that same sort of gravitas of, this is a story only this show can tell because it exists in the same world as this very convoluted. You have to be willing to give up a lot of science and fact in order to accept that this is how the world is.
Yeah, this is a very weird
with the exception then of we have a character who is tailor-made for a more mature viewing audience because he is canonically horny Jack Harkness.
Canonically horny, omnisexual Jack Harkness.
Yeah. Time traveler with a bracelet.
So
moderately good looking.
I do think that there is going to have to be a bridge that you have to cross between like show for serious adults and Doctor Who sci-fi gobbledygook.
Show for serious adults, Doctor Who sci-fi gobbledygook. Kids, look away. This one isn't for you.
Yeah. This is. I don't know if it was because they don't have the same TV ratings in the UK that we have here, but I think it probably does lean more mature. Like there's not like
I know nobody's going to be showing full frontal.
Yeah, exactly. You're not seeing two people having sex in the show. But there's definitely implications that characters are going to have sex.
Like this isn't softcore porn.
No, it is not softcore pornography. It's not even like joke, like we've blurred the penises like they do in Rick and Morty kind of way. But it's definitely, I think, tonally definitely more adult. Like it is. This isn't like they're not going on adventures in this show. They have their own affairs, as it were.
I would say too, if this is a show more for adults, there is a heightened sense of internal drama.
Yeah. So without going too deep into it, I will say the general premise is sort of like, what if CSI had a sci-fi element to it?
Okay.
It's Torchwood is like a government organization that investigates and subdues alien threats on Earth, and sometimes And, there's a lot of interpersonal drama, things like that. If I was going to compare it to something we've seen before, I think the closest thing might be Lucifer. But instead of the devil, it's the Doctor.
What's the one that not X-Files, but there's another one that is...
Actually, X-Files is probably a good parallel, yeah.
Well, there you go, then.
Yeah, X-Files is probably a good parallel, too, yeah. I haven't watched the X-Files. I'm a bad sci-fi fan in that way. It's one of my blind spots.
I've only seen one, because there's another one that it's not Forensic Files, because that's
a show about reality.
That's true crime.
Yeah.
But God, there is another one that my mom specifically really liked, and it was more sci-fi mystery.
Is it Fringe?
Thank you. Yes, it was. I remember it had
yeah, Fringe is a great show.
I liked Fringe.
Yeah,
I watched a couple episodes.
I have the whole series on Blu-ray. It's great. It's a great show. Well, since you know now a little bit about the premise, why don't we get into the Cassie Prefacie about Torchwood today? So the original premise of the Cassie Prefacie was supposed to be to give you questions that I thought would be fun for you to chew on. And I think that with time, they have become more like back-asswards trivia. Like, okay. I don't want these to feel like I'm giving you bullshit trivia questions you have no way of guessing. I want you to have fun with the answer a little bit.
You okay?
So I've tried to think through these a little bit harder and make questions that I think will be a little more fun. So with that in mind, when we meet Torchwood, they're investigating a dead body. What do they do with that body that gets the attention of our audience surrogate character? Her name is Gwen, just for the audience surrogate's name is Gwen.
Stacy?
What do they do?
Spider-Man?
Gwen Cooper. What do they do to get what do they do with the dead body that gets the attention of one Gwen Cooper?
It's not a multiple choice?
Not multiple choice. This is up to you. What would get your attention for someone to do with someone did something with a dead body?
Because I've been replaying Baldur's Gate. They lick it.
They lick the dead body.
Licked a dead.
Stop licking the damn thing.
Spider, you licked it. That is something that you did. I'm thinking to put Tom Daly in Doctor Who. That's what I'm wondering. Tim Daly, sorry.
What do they do with the dead body, Cassie?
Lick it, they eat it. They consume it.
They eat it? You think that Torchwood eats the body?
I'm trying to figure out, like, what is something that is unnatural, and especially if we're going in the angle of, like, a CSI.
Yeah, like a sci-fi.
Where a sci-fi CSI, sci-fi sci.
Mm-hmm. Sci-fi sci.
If we're going in the direction of a CSI and then there's some kind of twist, photographing it or having it relocated to another location is not going to catch the attention of anybody. Doing something to the body, and because this isn't a porno, we're not fucking it.
Tim Downey is his name, by the way.
Tim Downey. Thank you. I really think that there is something to consuming the body. If I say consume, is that too generic?
I mean, I could accept that as like they eat him, they put it in they like taste him in some way.
Yeah, like that's what I mean, is that there is some sort of, you are ingesting the body in some way.
Okay. All right, I'll skip that.
Certainly, if I saw that, yeah.
Okay, so you think that they find some way to ingest the dead body. All right. And also, this episode does feature its own unique alien. I'm going to show you a picture of it. First, I will let you name it. And then I will give you a list of names to pick from to choose its actual name.
Interesting element.
So, as just like a fun little game, I figured I would say...
Oh, thank you. I'm excited about this one.
What would you name this fellow?
Todd.
Todd? These are the Todd aliens?
That you said name. That
no, I want
like
you to name
Todd.
the species.
Batkin.
Batkin?
No.
Oh, there you are, Peter. Cassie's zooming in to look closer at the eyes.
They're not really batty, but they do have them fangs.
Do have them fangs?
But they don't have no nose.
Yeah, they got kind of like this this smooth
But there's
snoot.
there's no like hole where the nose would be.
Yeah. I think these little like big slits along the side of the face are supposed to like along the eye ridges. I think that's supposed to be the nose, the nasal cavity.
I stand by that guy's name is Todd.
All right.
I don't think I'm wrong with that. There it is. Yeah, it does just kind of look like, you know, when cats sniff other things and they just really need to get that smell like up on their upper palate, so they just kind of leave their mouth open for a couple moments. Mm-hmm. That's him sniffing a fart and having the connections go, that's bad. That's not food smell. That's fart smell.
Oh, God.
Oh, jeez. Now I can taste it. Ah.
Do you want to give this alien species a name, or should I just skip straight on to our...
I told you it's Todd. Skip
Todd.
to the next part.
All right. So that man that you've just seen that you have named Todd, what species is he a member of? Is he a weevil, an Odeon, or a Mai? There are a handful of people listening that know where I got this collection of names from that are laughing their ass off right now.
I'm sure they gave you a... Psh.
Because one of these is real, but all three are from something. In fact, I'll go ahead and just tell you, all three of these are character names from the show Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, that is funny.
And one of them is the real name of this species.
Could you imagine if I just whipped out some stellar Yu-Gi-Oh knowledge?
After like being with you for nearly 10 years.
Yeah, it's just, you never knew. I'm going to say it's a weevil.
I think it's a weevil.
Because I know that's an actual real thing, too.
I mean, these are all real things in other languages.
An Odeon is a real thing that we have in the world.
I mean, I can look it up to make sure, but I believe they're all real things. Never mind. I was wrong. Immediately wrong.
Weevil.
All right, so a weevil. All right, then. Well, Cassie thinks that Torchwood gets the attention of our main character by consuming a dead body.
Ingest a body.
And consuming him in some capacity.
Consume.
and that the alien species that we see in this episode is called a weevil.
Todd the Weevil.
And it's Todd the Weevil. And we will find out together as we watch Torchwood, Episode 1, Everything Changes. Today's episode of Who is My Doctor is brought to you by Dr. Dinky's Old Fashioned Drug Company.
Well, hey there, I'm Dr. Dinky, and are you tired of all these newfangled drugs? Uppers, downers, stimulants, sedatives? Who needs them? My mama always cured any ailment I had with a big old kiss. And that's what we offer down here at Dr. Dinky's Old Fashioned Drug Company. Any condition you got, one of our specially trained technicians will give you the smooches you need to get back to normal. A little boo-boo? Well, that's just one little kiss. Broken arm? 20 to 30 smackaroonies. Cancer? Oh wow, that's gotta be at least 300 smooches. Maybe you'd have to work in a little tongue. So come on down to Dr. Dinky's Old Fashioned Drug Company, proudly endorsed by RFK Jr.
And we are back from Torchwood.
Sex. Blood.
Shit. Getting shot in the head.
Gay. Kissing.
This show is...
assault.
This ain't your little brother's Doctor Who. This is a Doctor Who that fucks.
This is Doctor Who for your older sister. Who's okay with casual essay.
So, what do you think, Cassie?
That was fine.
Yeah, I mean, this definitely has
Here's the thing. Back in 2006?
Yeah.
Oh, this fucks so hard.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Like, in the world that we live in now, if you were like, oh, Cass, there's a show that I think you're really going to be into, and you showed me this, I will have the same reaction of, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's a bit boring, isn't it? But I'm sure back in ye olden times of 20 years ago, I've never seen anything like this.
Here's the thing: is I don't think the show is successful in being aimed towards adults. I do think the show is successful at being aimed towards edgy teens.
Yes, this is doing a very good job at being aimed towards edgy teens / there's a particular demographic. I know
Like
exactly
this show
what
is
they
not for
look
people.
like.
This is not the show is not for people who have had sex. They are for people who write a lot of fanfic that includes sex.
Yes.
Like I mean, there are some parts of it where also just some parts of the show just haven't aged well. Like Owen's date rape spray.
I don't like that. Well, because here's the thing: is I went, you could flavor that as this is a love potion.
Yeah, but it's clearly not.
It is truly meant to. It releases the other person's inhibitions, which I don't like.
Yeah, no, it
it's
it
not
seems
a
to
love-
specifically like trigger a pheromone change.
It's not a love potion like they have in HP, where it's like, oh, it smells like spearmint and fresh cut grass, and it's nothing like that.
No, this is fuck juice.
Yeah, this is them making eye contact from across the bar, him making a move over, which in his defense, yeah, she did give him the like, yeah, you're all right. And then he approaches and she immediately goes, what the fuck are you doing? What do you think you're doing
Turns out
over here?
she was giving that face to someone like 2 people down the bar, and Owen just didn't realize it. But then it's like also, and she has a boyfriend, and so I get that they're trying to do like a diffuse it with a joke thing where he like also goes for the boyfriend, but it's still like all you've done now is rape 2 people.
Yeah, you've actively gone after 2 separate non-consenting adults because you have altered their brain
Yeah, that's
to find you irresistible.
Yeah, you drugged them. You drugged them.
Ew.
At least Sato is just like, you know what I want to do? I want to have my computer read A Tale of Two Cities real quick.
I want to read books real fast.
I want to create the Kindle library about 10 years early.
I really like knowing that some poor PA had to sit there and take a picture of every page of A Tale of Two Cities and upload it to a thumb drive and then plug it into a laptop. Something about that is so silly because every single page did not look the same.
And then Susie takes the Gauntlet of Revival to her home and I guess kills a fly just to bring it back.
Yeah.
That's like it's such a
it's Susie going, I can make this better. I can make this change permanent. Whereas the other 2, one of them wants to read a lot and the other wants to get laid. Of the evils, the getting laid is the lesser of the 3.
Yeah. I mean, I would say reading a lot is not.
Well, yes, is the least, but if we're boiling it down to the 2.
Yeah, between reviving someone and just getting laid for a night, I suppose. No, because getting laid, like raping someone is still so much worse than reviving somebody for 2 minutes.
Yeah, but you also for 2 minutes, but it's with the exception of, or it's with the addition of, she is killing them so that way she can revive them.
Yeah, the murder is definitely a problem. I was talking more about the fly specifically.
Oh, well, even still, once I'm dead, you don't have my consent to bring me back.
You know, let me go into the nothing that apparently exists. Welcome to Torchwood. God isn't real.
Welcome to Torchwood. There's nothing after this.
There's no heaven.
You have to spend your time on Earth choosing how you spend it wisely or unwisely. So watch our show. Spend your moments on this good green earth because there is nothing afterwards.
At the beginning of the episode, they revive someone for 2 minutes, and one of the questions they ask him is like, when you died, what did you see? And he's like, nothing. There's nothing.
And that's just Captain Jack Harkness trying to get his death boner on. A little freak.
He's like, I'm never going to see what's there, so you tell me.
This undead bastard.
I do like that for some reason, not only does the glove revive someone for 2 minutes, it also stops the rain for 2 minutes.
I love that.
But yes, the first Casper Fantasy question, what do they do with the dead body? They revive it for 2 minutes.
They don't eat it.
They don't eat it. No, in fact, they
don't eat it. They cast Speak with Dead.
I thought that's right. When you started talking about Baldur's Gate, I was like, oh, she's going to get it. She's going to go speak with Dead. And then you went lick it. And I went, nope, never mind. Cassie's in a different ballpark.
Always. Zach, I'm a little freak.
You sniff everywhere around the truffle.
That's like the meanest thing you've ever said to me.
Yeah, but really the thing is that this episode makes Torchwood seem wildly irresponsible.
Oh my God.
Like they don't keep track of any of their high-tech alien equipment. They keep one alien locked in a box unguarded. Like there's no one, like everyone goes home at night. They just keep the Weevil in a box.
The Weevil doesn't really seem to do anything but just snarl.
Yeah, all their dead bodies are kept in cryo sleeper or kept in like what's the term for it? They're kept on ice. They're kept on ice in a morgue they have down there in what appears to be a facility that at one point was a pool, and they have redecorated it to be a sci-fi facility.
Yeah.
Captain Jack just spills all of his secrets. It's like, it's okay. I'll tell her whatever because I'll drug her after. What?
Yeah. You're not going to remember any of this.
Why is everyone getting drugged?
How tasty is your beer, huh?
How's your drink? Another one of those things where it just feels like this show was really a product of mid 2000s as opposed to now. You could not do half this episode now.
Oh no, you know that it's an adult grown up show because of the amount of blood.
There's a lot of blood.
There's a lot of blood. Also 7 different aerial shots.
Yeah, for some reason, Captain Jack really likes standing on top of buildings.
Captain Jack stands on top of buildings twice, but they really love reminding you that this is set in Cardiff by showing you Cardiff from way up high.
It's funny that they keep wanting to do this because Cardiff was also a place they filmed most of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
So it's just like, for some reason, the Doctor really likes the Welsh during this era. I mean, I will say
have you been to Cardiff? It's lovely.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it's called the Millennium Wales Center, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
Beautiful place to film around.
Oh my God.
It is funny to think that it's funny to think that like the CIA is like, where should we put our secret base? What about right across the street from the Pantages? Would that
out of sight, out of mind, but in plain sight, exactly.
Let's talk about the characters, our main character rather, Gwen Cooper. I think she's. You
mean AKA Emma Bunt?
Emma Bunt.
Emma Bunt, made in the same factory.
Yeah, she has certain like Emily Blunt-esque features.
It's just those big like saucer eyes.
I think there's also something different about like seeing British cops because they're at least the way they frame them here.
So
it's very different from the way we frame American cops.
Oh my God, Constable.
Yeah, that she runs into like her regular police work is running into a bar to break up a bar fight. Yeah. And in doing so, she gets tossed against the wall and cracks her skull.
And they go, you shouldn't work. You shouldn't work for a couple days.
You got a concussion. You should.
Yeah, you should not be here. You go home.
You're safe to walk home. You shouldn't go to work, but you can walk out of here and go home. I do really like her, like the way she like slowly unfurls the mystery of Torchwood until it just like all gets dropped on her. But first she's just like a natural curiosity for like who the fuck are these people interfering with my crime scene.
I appreciate the fact that she's not a dummy.
Yeah, no, she's not dumb. She's like she's got like a natural human curiosity that also feels very professional. It doesn't feel like
yes.
It doesn't feel like someone's had to like twist her to make her go find the right questions. It's like, oh no, she's like, she wants to investigate like why people are like interfering with her crime scene. And then when she realizes how weird they are, she starts trying to follow them around until she cracks her head and has to go to the hospital, and then follows Captain Jack's big flowy coat up the stairs of the hospital to where they're keeping Todd the Weevil.
I love his gay coat. I have one too. Here's the thing though, and it's just me having my own opinions. He's 2006 hot. He's not 2026 hot though.
It really is like a stark difference between knowing like how modern TV leads have to look in the US.
Yes.
Versus how Captain Jack, who is a handsome man, and John Barrowman's a handsome guy. But it is funny to know that John Barrowman played the bad guy in the first season of Arrow, and comparing him to Stephen Amell is so hilarious. Stephen Amell is like a shredded Canadian actor who like because he can do like he can do what's called a salmon ladder, which is like a pull up where you also like move the bar up a level.
Yeah.
Because he can do that in real life, they make him do it in the show like a billion times.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the villain of the first episode is John Barrowman, handsome man, but also like a little circly. He's
well, it's like Tom Ellis in the first season of Lucifer versus Tom Ellis in season 3 of Lucifer.
Yeah, we're like, oh, we need you to be shirtless more often. And meanwhile, they're like, John, you're going to put on a big coat.
John, we need you to be just kind of casual sexy. Wear this old army jacket.
Here's the thing. I think John Barrowman is probably more attractive to most people than like the like shredded, he's so strong kind of guys. But also in like a TV lead where you kind of want a fantasy, it is a little bit the thing that makes him a fantasy is that he can't die, not that he's like.
Well, it's also the fact too where abs. Yeah, it's also the fact too where it's like if he was too hot, then it would be way harder to believe that people could look at him and just kind of forget that he exists.
Yeah, I guess that's also fair.
Like, could you imagine putting like a Ryan Gosling in a role like that? No. You can't. Instead, we send Ryan Gosling out into space and make him befriend a rock. But
hello, I'm part of a secret government organization. No one's supposed to know I exist. Hi, my name is Henry Cavill.
I'm also now thinking of like, could you imagine this with like a David Cornsweet? Also,
here's the funny thing. I could picture David Cornsweet doing this.
Oh, and he would do so good.
Granted, and that's partly because David Cornsweet, while always having been like an in-shape guy, he was not always Superman big.
So he's not always Superman hot.
Yeah. So he's, there's times where he's been more like lean and kind of lean and svelte. So I could see him when he like during that era playing this kind of character. I do appreciate that they toned down Jack's like horniness from Doctor Who a little bit because it lets him be a little more mysterious in this series.
He's a little bit more not aloof, like enigmatic.
He's on business during the show. Like even when he's drugged a woman with like amnesia pills, he's being very like upfront, very matter of fact. He's not doing a lot of casual flirting. The only time we really get it is when he says that Ianto looks good in a suit. Which, in fairness,
he does.
He does look good in a suit. I mean, I don't think it's a spoiler because they set it up there, but Ianto and Jack become like one of the major couples of the show.
Yay!
Again, I know some things through osmosis. This is actually the only episode of Torchwood I've seen. So a lot of things I've just either learned through research or through osmosis.
It's cute because they look alike.
They have similar face shapes for sure.
I do like that one of the main two of the main characters until one of them gets shot are people of color.
Yeah. And what's funny is the actress who played Susie is probably the most famous of the cast of the show now because she went on to be in Game of Thrones.
Oh, cool.
Everyone else, I mean, everyone is obviously a fine actor and they all do a good job, but it's funny that the person they kill in the first episode is the one that goes on probably to being the most recognizable face. It is weird to think about because there's so much of this where I'm like, this is kind of slow. I would like the pacing to pick up a little bit.
Yes, but when you compare this to like Canine and Company.
Oh God. Huge improvement over Canine and Company. I can definitely see how this went to series.
Yes. And
also this makes sense as a pilot. There's gonna be kind of like bumps in the road.
Yeah. As far as pilots go, this one wasn't bad.
Yeah, no, I think this is pretty good. Because even then, when I think about the parts of it that were slow, I'm like, I don't know what you would cut because so much of it really was like, this has to happen, so this can happen, so this can happen.
Because here's also the thing too: is it is helpful if you have Doctor Who knowledge, but you don't need to have it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
which I think was their ultimate goal is. We're making a show where we already have a built-in fan base, but what is something that we can do and what can we improve upon and make that will capture the attention of this other demographic?
Mm-hmm. Here's a question for you. Would you have been interested in watching more of this show?
I don't know. Maybe. Because I did really like Gwen.
Yeah, Gwen, I think Gwen's
I
a
like
great
the fact that she's, like I said before, I like that she's not a dummy. That she's inquisitive and clever and smart. I think her boyfriend's kind of boring, but we also didn't really see much of him in the pilot.
Yeah, and he seems sweet. Like he brings her coffee when she's falling asleep at her desk, and
You don't bring me coffee when I fall asleep on the floor.
That's because you don't like it. You want to make your own coffee. You don't want me making you coffee. You would get mad if I made you coffee.
You could learn how to make coffee the way that I like. If he wanted to, he would.
Yeah, there are parts of me like I would be curious to see more, but also I know that the show has some pitfalls from
like
being
the date rape.
Well, yeah, stuff like that. This the show in an effort to be like the edgy sibling of the Doctor Who family, the show for adults. It often, instead of being for adults, it just kind of ends up being for the stupid. Can you just take some, what might you think that means, Cassie?
A show for the stupid?
Yeah, what do you think, like, in your mind, when I tell you that this show tries to be for adults and ends up just kind of being dumb, what are some things that you think you might see?
Oh, the lack of thinking would be the big thing. So instead of things being very complex, oversimplified to the point where it's just a non. We saw it at the very end of this, like, coming up next week, a parasite that makes everyone horny.
It's a sex alien. It's an STET. It's a sexually transmitted extraterrestrial.
So there's that where I'm like, hi, I'm canonically horny Kasashima. I don't hate when things do take a turn for the spicy.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't like when things are specifically marketed towards adults. It means
just be horny.
Just be horny.
Yeah, that is where my understanding is the biggest pitfall of Torchwood is that it is just like
people being horny.
And it's horny in a way that feels like teenagers are, where they like don't know what sex even really is. Like they still think it's peeing in a woman is what, like that kind of. They have an episode called Cyber Woman.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to take a wild guess what a cyber woman looks like, Cassie?
A cyber man, but with titties.
You're not wrong, but you're going to need to think a lot less cyber on that.
Oh, man. Like
this is fantasy game female armor.
Here's the thing. Yeah. Here's the thing is I wouldn't mind it so much if it was all mech suit and the only fleshy parts were the tits and the ass and the bits in front and the face. Like if it was a Cyberman pinup. If you're making something that is specifically for the male gaze, a la sci-fi sex robot, like.
But this isn't for anyone.
That's not for anyone. You basically put a chastity belt on this woman's tits and bits.
You have made having sex with her into an escape room.
The thing of it too is I recognize modesty, and I also recognize this is meant for television. I'm thinking of the X-rated version of this same thing, which would be.
Why is her belly button exposed?
That's the thing for some people, Zach. You can fuck a belly button. It's something you really shouldn't do, but you can. You can stick a finger up there pretty far.
Yeah, so that's the part where it's always kept me away, was that I only knew about Torchwood after the fact, and all I heard about it was that it was horny in a bad way.
Because that's my thing is, I don't mind horny. I embrace it.
Uh-huh.
I love that for me. I don't like... If it's dumb horny, it's because it is the intro to...
Like I said,
like if it's dumb horny, it's because it's an intro to a porno where you're going to get into some nasty, nasty stuff. Mm-hmm. But when it's dumb horny meant for public television...
Put the cyber woman in a metal bikini.
Cover her in metal webs.
Make sure she's still wearing the helmet, though. The helmet has handles I can grab onto.
I just revealing things about myself. Love a handle.
What a strange I don't want to say that this was a strange show because this episode actually really works. I think this episode, with the exception of the perfume thing,
it's an absolutely fine episode.
Yeah,
like that's, and I feel like for a pilot, fine is satisfactory.
Yeah, because typically shows need to like find themselves for a minute, and so
this feels like it kind of knows what it wants to be about right out the gate. I think you had said it the other day about first books of authors have the advantage of their first novel, them having plenty of time to work and finesse, but then everything that comes after that can either be an improvement or more often than not is just kind of
there's a lot of first things. So like first albums, first books, these are the products of those people were things they got to work on basically until they felt ready to publish it. But then as soon as that first one's published, they are on a deadline to release the second one because now there's societal expectations for sequel to the book, your sophomore album, things like that, where suddenly they're on a deadline and the second product, through not really anyone's fault, it's just it's different when you don't work on when you don't have infinite time. There's a degrade in quality. I think TV is actually in some ways the opposite, and part of that is because TV is usually not a solo project in the same, or it's usually not solo or even like a really small team in the way that a book or a band is.
But here's the thing: is that first episode is really good at setting the groundwork and the foundation, and then everything after that is building upon what story you are really trying to tell. Mm-hmm. And it is a bit unfortunate that it does seem that the story that is trying to be told after this point is one that is not riveting.
I mean, I'm told there's a mini series in season 3, I think, called Children of Earth. I hear that's very good.
Okay.
I am curious about, checking out some of the things that I've heard really good things about, but also, the thing that I've carried away from the fandom's knowledge is that Torchwood is just a show that is chaotically horny.
Which,
yeah, with movies and TV, I think it's a little different because those are such like products of skill, and they're skills that you accrue more and more the more you do them.
Yeah.
So I do think that film and with TV also, like TV is usually a group of writers. And so I think as that group all collectively gets better at writing, the set of characters and the plots that they go on to, I think that's also a sign of, I think it's also one way that film and television is different from most other media is that you're always, I feel like film and TV is almost always improving the more you do it, whereas there can be a sudden drop for books and music and things like that are like, we've made one, I had all this time to make it, now I don't have as much time, and so I'm having to learn to work within the constraints, within a constraint I didn't have before.
Yeah.
But overall, I think it's fine. I would be curious to look at more, but I'm not like itching either. I am really curious about next week's though, because next week's is a show that I am told is, I don't know if it's as good as Doctor Who, but I'm told that of all the spinoffs, it is the best one.
Okay.
It's the Sarah Jane Adventures is what we're watching next week. It is a spinoff for Sarah Jane.
Is K9 there?
K9 is in the first episode, yes. And we'll find out all about that on the next episode of Who Is My Doctor?
Who is my doctor?
Who is indeed. Hey there, everybody. Thank you for checking out another episode in our Summer of Spin-Offs. We had a good time checking out Torchwood, and we hope you had a good time listening to us. Next week, we're going to be checking out a talking fireplace and a boy genius in the Sarah Jane Adventures. Special thanks, as always, to our Big Daddy Delic patrons, Andrew Blewett, David Gansel, Travis Aiken, and Daniel Lindgren. And we'll see you next week, hopefully on Tuesday, because Tuesdays are meant to be Who's Days.